Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of the Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Interbanks Fishing Report with Captain Richard Andrews of Tar-Pam Guide Service. How you doing, Richard?
I'm doing well, Marvin. How about yourself?
As always, just trying to stay out of trouble. And, we were talking before we started recording, and your weather's cooling off a little bit, but your red drum bite is on fire.
It is. We're having a really late bite this year. Normally, we kind of think of our giant red drum season ending around the end of September. We have caught fish in October in the past. It's not a foreign thing to us, but we're having our best fish of the season right now. The last couple of weeks have been especially good.
Yeah, and so, I know you're fishing for them on the fly and with conventional gear on fly. You're fishing what, poppers?
Using poppers, using streamers, using popping corks on conventional gear. So a variety of things, subsurface baits and surface baits.
Yeah, and so when you say streamer, it makes me think about clousers, right? Is that what you like?
No, I like something with some profile to it. I usually throw some kind of big game changer, something it's like a twitch bait that I could twitch through the bait school and they'll react to it. So something that gets their attention a little bit better than the clouser. I know a clouser is a great bait. Caught a lot of fish on them, but I like you're fishing out in open water. You are around bait, and particularly bait balls, but you do need to try to get their attention somehow. And anything noisy and moving around a lot is always a better bait.
Yeah, and I would imagine too, those game changers generally, they tend to hover a little bit on the paws.
They do. It's perfect. It's just like using like a mirror lure or some kind of a suspending twitch bait on a spinner rod. It's the exact same concept.
Yeah, and so, with the big drum bite on, obviously you haven't gone back to more inshore stuff, and you were telling me you're heading out tomorrow for your first false albie trip of the fall.
Yeah, we're going to go albie fishing. The bite down at the Cape Lookout area has been very good the last couple of weeks, so it really got cranked out this year around you can catch those. What people don't realize, you can catch those fish year round, but people just have associated the fall as being the peak season, which it is a very good time to fish for them. When all that bait starts to really gather out there around the shoals. But it's been going really strong for the last couple of weeks, and we're going to go give it a shot tomorrow. I've been hearing really good reports, and looking forward to going sticking some albies. Yeah,
and so when you do that, that's, I guess, a little bit more run and gun fishing, right?
It is. It's like I call it the exact polar opposite of trout fishing with a fly rod. It's like no finesse whatsoever needed. It's just run and gun, hardcore. I'm running from one school to the next, and you have to be quick, get the fly there fast. It's often windy. It's about as heavy duty fly fishing as it gets. I mean, it's intense. For nobody's ever experienced it, you should. If somebody has not experienced it, you should definitely try it.
Yeah, I mean, the speed is one thing, but then I imagine, too, the stern of the boat's probably pitching pretty well, too, right?
It can, yeah. It's just like, you cast to a school, you don't get a bite, you better grab the fly, sit back down, run into the next school. All right, get it out there. And I usually just kind of fling the boat upwind of the school, and so you can cast downwind, but you have to double haul, back cast it to the wind and just shoot that line out real fast. And a lot of times those fish can be really up and down, so they'll go down just as fast as they come up. So they're popping up everywhere. Sometimes they're popping up behind. Like, oh, quick back cast! You just have to be really fast. And it's just ugly. It's so ugly. I mean, there's no finesse whatsoever. You just need to chuck the fly out there and start moving it, and they'll hit it.
Got it. And what's your tackle and fly preference?
My go-to fly rod is a 9-weight. That's kind of my default weight. I like sometimes I like it when it's calmer. I like it, or if I want to try to catch one on top, like specifically try to catch one on top, like on a crease fly or a popper or something like that, I can go with a floating line. And you can use a clouser or some kind of a small streamer on a floating line. But I do like an intermediate line because it kind of gets down below the chop, and it seems like you can get a little bit better, quicker strip, with that. So 9-weight with an intermediate line. Sometimes you need a 10 or 11, depending on if you're fishing behind trawlers. You definitely need to go higher in the weight because the sharks get in there too. And so, like I've had days where we lost a lot of fish to sharks, and if you can kind of horse them out of there with let's say a 10 weight minimum or even 11 weight, you'll land a lot more fish and not lose them to sharks. But on a really pretty day, when the wind's not up so much and the fish aren't running, that big, they're kind of the smaller end of the scale. An 8 weight's fine. I've caught lots of albies on 8s, and they're plenty adequate for catching albies. So I kind of got there with a variety of different fly rods, and each situation kind of warrants a certain setup.
No, it makes a ton of sense. And, folks, we love questions on the articulate fly. You can email them to us or send them to us on our Facebook or Instagram page. And if we use your question, I'll send you some articulate fly swag. I just got in a big sticker mule order, and we will enter in a drawing for a half-day charter with Richard at the end of the season. And, for folks that haven't listened before, that don't know where to go, you want to let folks know where they can go and learn more about your charter service and how to book you and all that kind of good stuff?
Yeah, the best source of information for what we do is on my website at www.tarpamguide.com, and we have a newly redesigned website. A lot of good information on there. So don't be a stranger. Give us a shout.
Yeah, there you go. And folks, fall is my favorite time to get out and fish. You owe it to yourself to get out there and catch a few. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Richard.
Tight lines, Marvin.